Every single second, around the world, 15,000 plastic bottles are sold. These items belong to a category called single-use plastics, products engineered specifically to offer consumers just a few fleeting minutes of utility before being discarded. But the chemical design of these items creates a massive physical paradox. The materials used, like polyethylene terephthalate, or PET, are highly durable. They will sit in the environment for hundreds of years without breaking down. When you multiply that durability by 480 billion bottles produced globally every year, you get millions of tons of indestructible waste flooding into our oceans. The caps themselves introduce an entirely different problem. While PET bottles sink, the caps are made from high-density polyethylene, or HDPE, which is lighter than water. Because they float, these caps wash up on our beaches at staggering rates. We traded long-term planetary health for short-term ease. Our economic addiction to temporary convenience has engineered a permanent material footprint across the globe. To understand how this global crisis plays out on the ground, look at Lagos, Nigeria. It is one of the most populous, economically vibrant metropolitan environments on the continent. Like many rapidly growing cities, Lagos runs heavily on what is known as the sachet economy. Everyday household essentials, things like coffee, noodles, and shampoo, are sold in tiny individual packets. This chart visualizes the sheer volume of that consumption. An average resident goes through 591 sachets a year. Nationwide, that scales up to over 10 million discarded sachets every single day. Standard waste management cannot handle this influx. Globally, only 7 to 14% of all plastic packaging is actually collected for recycling, rendering traditional disposal methods largely obsolete. Because this highly durable material effectively defies recycling, dense, heavily populated urban areas like Lagos are forced to act as the ultimate permanent hosts for a relentless wave of pollution. The visible litter on city streets eventually flows into marine ecosystems, where plastic now makes up 80%. The surface of these plastics serves as a vector, allowing dangerous pathogens like E. coli and Salmonella to spread and persist in the environment. The crisis has evolved from a surface-level eyesore into a hidden internal hazard. This systemic health risk makes total avoidance of plastic a biological necessity, as partial mitigation cannot stop microscopic infiltration. Faced with this escalating threat, the Lagos state government initiated a decisive policy, a comprehensive outright ban on single-use plastics aimed at stopping the pollution loop entirely at the source. The Ministry of the Environment and Water Resources is enforcing this mandate through a combination of strict new laws and extensive ongoing engagement with stakeholders across the plastic value chain. To cushion the economic shock, the policy includes targeted buyback mechanisms. These programs are designed to help businesses and producers financially navigate the transition away from their reliance on disposable materials. We know sweeping interventions like this can work because Lagos recently implemented a similar ban on styrofoam. That policy led directly to measurably cleaner streets and a sharp decrease in local environmental degradation. By shutting down the supply line of single-use plastics, Lagos uses the ban as a structural circuit breaker. This aggressive regulatory intervention attempts to break the city's reliance on disposable materials by forcing a shift in the entire value chain. Transitioning away from everyday plastics certainly presents an immediate economic challenge, but it also forces local businesses and consumers to finally explore commercially viable alternatives. Biodegradable and compostable replacements are stepping in to fill the void. Packaging and utensils derived entirely from plant-based materials, like cornstarch, offer the exact same convenience without the centuries-long environmental toll. More broadly, the city is shifting toward a reusable economy. Integrating basic items like canvas tote bags, stainless steel straws, and refillable containers directly cuts down the waste stream at the consumer level. There is a Yoruba adage that translates to, "One does not depend on somebody, since one survived before the arrival of the person." Human society thrived long before the invention of disposable plastics, and it will survive without them. This forced transition opens massive new avenues for innovation. Instead of pouring capital into producing waste, industries are now incentivized to invest in sustainable, long-term solutions. Lagos is now providing a functional case study for urban centers worldwide. By replacing a cornerstone of modern convenience with sustainable infrastructure, The city is demonstrating a viable path toward a plastic-free future.